What if the Golden Magne returns, but not with BTS? The countdown to Jungkook's military discharge has begun, and while armies around the world prepare to welcome him back with open arms, an unexpected twist has ignited an emotional storm online. Rumors are exploding across fan bases and industry circles. Jungkook might be planning a solo world tour before BTS reunites in 2026, and the implications, they could change the future of BTS as we know it. Speculation began when concert organizers in Mexico leaked early-stage plans suggesting a Jungkook solo tour set to kick off in late 2025, just a few months after his military service ends in June. While no official statements have been made by HYB or Jungkook's team, whispers from insiders say venue holds are already in motion in major cities like Los Angeles, London, Sao Paulo, Jakarta, and Seoul. Could this be real? If so, Jungkook would become the first BTS member to launch a full-scale global tour independently, ahead of any confirmed BTS group reunion. The timing couldn't be more surprising or more telling. BTS is expected to reunite in 2026 after all 7 members complete their military obligations. The fandom is counting on it. But a solo tour from Jungkook in advance of that? It raises painful questions. Is Jungkook signaling a longer solo chapter? Is BTS taking a new form, not as 7 together, but 7 evolving separately? And if this is true, what happens to BTS's promise of a comeback? One Weverse user wrote, "This isn't about a solo tour. This is about whether BTS is still BTS." HYB has yet to comment. And fans aren't sure whether that's comforting or concerning. That on one hand, silence could mean it's nothing more than rumor. On the other, silence often precedes shock. The agency has a long history of withholding major announcements until the perfect moment. When Jungkook dropped 7, it came with zero warning and broke streaming records within hours. Could they be prepping a similar surprise? Or worse, could they be waiting for the dust to settle before revealing a truth that might divide the fandom? If Jungkook launches his own world tour, it could set a powerful precedent. BTS might no longer be just one unit, but a brand of solo empires, each member leading their own movement. For many, that's exciting. For others, it's devastating, because no matter how successful the solos become, fans still crave that magic of the 7, that unbreakable bond, that global brotherhood. A Reddit post with over 12,000 upvotes read, "Jungkook deserves the world. But selfishly, I still want BTS back. All of them, together." The fanbase is split. Some are preparing fan projects and emotional letters to support Jungkook's independence. Others are launching hashtags like #OT7Forever and demanding clarity from HYB. But the biggest concern isn't about music, it's about identity. Because if Jungkook steps fully into a solo spotlight, it will confirm a fear that many armies have buried for months. BTS may never be the same again. Maybe we've been looking at it the wrong way. Maybe Jungkook's solo tour isn't a farewell, but a reintroduction. Maybe he's not stepping away from BTS, but leveling up what BTS can be, a global icon. A solo force, and still one of 7. Nothing has been officially confirmed. Not yet, but if Jungkook's team announces this solo tour, it'll be the first post-military move by any BTS member, and the beginning of a massive cultural shift. Will ARMY embrace the new path? Will BTS reunite stronger? Or is this the first true sign that the future of BTS has already begun, and it looks very different than anyone expected? If there's one thing armies have learned about Jungkook, it's this: his silence speaks volumes. Since enlisting, he's rarely posted on Weverse, hasn't dropped new solo material, and stays noticeably quiet compared to members like Jimin or J-Hope. And yet, his name trends globally almost every day. Why? Because fans are listening for the silences between the headlines, and many believe he's sending signals. Some note that even while in the military, Jungkook subtly updated BAM's Instagram, his beloved Doberman's account, with themed posts, trending audio, and artistic visuals. Is this his way of staying connected? Or a soft rollout for his reemergence? Others point to the timing of concert leaks, his last interviews, and his cryptic farewell words in 2023. "I'll return with even greater things, and I'll find you all again. Wait for me." Those final words now echo with new weight. From a business standpoint, Launching a solo tour for Jungkook makes perfect sense. He's not just a BTS member. He's a global brand. His single 7 broke records across Billboard and Spotify. His Calvin Klein campaign generated over $10 million in earned media value in 1 week. He's beloved in both East and West, a rare feat in global music markets. HYBE knows this. Investors know this. Brands know this. A world tour for Jungkook would capitalize on his post-military momentum, reclaim headlines from other K-pop comebacks, and allow HYBE to stabilize stock volatility ahead of BTS's full return. But here's the catch. If they push too hard on solo agendas, will it fracture the group's unity in fans' eyes? And more importantly, is that fracture already beginning? Let's not forget, 2023 was the year the BTS fandom began to worry. Each member had released solo music. Each one took individual interviews, fashion deals, and global ambassadorships. And while fans celebrated their individual wins, the bigger question started to form. Was OT7 still a promise, or just nostalgia? Jungkook's rumored tour reignites that fear. Because if the youngest member, the one fans always said was glued to BTS like family, is stepping out on his own in such a massive way, what does that mean for the reunion dream? Is it still real? Or was it something fans needed to believe? To survive the hiatus, the emotional response is intense on Twitter. X. Fans are torn between cheering him on and bracing themselves for heartbreak. Some trending hashtags include hashtag Jungkook Solo World Tour, hashtag OT7 is not dead, hashtag BTS Reunion 2026, hashtag Waiting for You JK1. Emotional thread went viral with over 80,000 likes. If Jungkook tours solo before the BTS comeback, I'll scream, cry, cheer, support, and grieve all at once. Another said, "This isn't a betrayal. This is growth. Let him shine." And when BTS reunites, they'll shine brighter. But others are cautious. I want him to succeed, but not at the cost of OT7. Please HYB, don't play with our hearts. As of now, Jungkook is expected to complete his mandatory military service in June 2025. That leaves HYB a window of just a few months to announce his return or surprise drop a song. Knowing Jungkook, launch new branding or concept visuals, begin ticket sales and promotions if a tour is real. Concert insiders claim certain venues in South America and Europe have been soft booked under a codename project tied to HYB, which insiders believe aligns with Jungkook's return timeline. If this is true, we're not far from a massive announcement. It all comes down to this. Can BTS survive and thrive as both individuals and a unit? Because if Jungkook's solo world tour is confirmed, it will test the strength of OT7 unity like never before. Will ARMY embrace it? Will the media spin it as a breakup? Will the rest of the members follow with their own global stages? Or is this all part of a master plan? A bold, strategic move to evolve BTS from a group into a universe? One thing is certain, Jungkook isn't just coming back. He might be leading a revolution for many fans. Jungkook's possible solo tour is bittersweet. They've cheered him through every stage of his growth, from the shy 15-year-old who rarely spoke, to the confident global pop star who commands stadiums. They've watched him go from crying on stage in 2015, whispering, "I'm not good enough," to standing shirtless in the Golden promotions, radiating unshakable confidence. He deserves this moment. He's earned it 1,000 times over, but still, some can't help asking, if Jungkook thrives solo, what does that say about BTS as a group? Is OT7 just a nostalgic illusion? Is this the slow unraveling of a brotherhood we believed would last forever? And most heartbreakingly, what if the boys themselves are no longer chasing the same dream? Let's rewind to December 2023. Jungkook's final live stream before enlisting, he played music, cried quietly, and told fans, "You waited for me when I was nothing. I'll return as someone better. Please wait just a little longer." Now, looking back, fans wonder if he was preparing them, not just for a military hiatus, but for a bigger shift, because between the tears and the promises, there was also a silence, the kind that lingers when someone can't say what they truly want. Did he already know a tour was in the works? Was he struggling with guilt? Or was it simply Jungkook being Jungkook, emotionally overwhelmed, endlessly grateful, and trying to protect the fandom from worry. Even inside the military, Jungkook's brand hasn't rested. His Calvin Klein partnership continues to push new collections. 7 and Standing Next to You still dominate global playlists. His name alone brings millions in monthly search volume, making him one of the most marketable Korean celebrities in history. According to brand analysts, Jungkook's solo potential is virtually unlimited. And that's the dilemma HYBE faces. Do they use that momentum for solo profits now, or protect the long-term power of BTS as a unit? Either way, someone loses. Either Jungkook loses time, or fans lose the fantasy of immediate reunion. And the hardest truth of all, maybe both can't exist at once. Across fan cafes, Weverse, Reddit, and YouTube, the debates rage on. Some threaten to boycott a solo tour unless OT7 schedules are announced.